gang, I'm in the background because since this is a Disney related video, I really want to show off my Disneyland map again, because if you don't follow me on Instagram, you won't have known that I got it framed and it's quite gorgeous and I love it very much. It's going to be going on the wall here to give you a bit of a preview of what it might look like. It's going to be up here in my videos, showing off the wonderful reflection of my windows. But I love it a lot. I just wanted to show off how pretty it looks in this frame if you don't follow me on Instagram. And if you do follow me on Instagram, you're probably sick of seeing this thing, because I've shown it off many times along with the mugs I keep buying in the Disney store. So without further ado, let's get to the actual part of this video. Hey everybody, it's Mike and welcome back to another video. Like I said in that really weird intro video, today is another Disney related video, and as you've probably guessed from the title of the video, today I'm going to be talking about my Disneyland audition experience. So let me bring you back to the beginning of the day. My day started at around 5:30, 5:45. I had to get up that early because I had to leave the house at 6:30 to get the bus at 7:30 to be in Dublin for 10 o'clock for the audition to start at 10:30. So I had an extremely early start, and I didn't get much sleep the night before because nerves and anxiety and all of that were rampant within my core. I arrived at the audition at around 10 o'clock. The audition was due to start at 10:30, but by the time I got there, there was already a queue out the door. It was unbelievable the amount of people that were there. So we all signed in, and then one of the casting directors that was there that day, his name was Daniel, escorted us up to the dance studio where we were asked to take off our shoes and put our bags to the back of the room, form a line where we get measured. We all had to get measured for our heights, because if you didn't know, for character specific roles, it's all depending on height, because you can't have a 6-foot Mickey Mouse. That would be terrifying. So I get to the front of the queue, measured. My official Disney height is 167 centimeters, which is 5'5.7 inches, which is 1.5 inches shorter than I thought I was. But I hear that's always the case. Disney measure you at a different height than what you're normally. I think normally I'm 5'7". So after you're measured, you're given a form to fill out, just with your name, your gender, your work availability, some questions like, are you claustrophobic, are you allergic to makeup, things like that. You sign at the bottom. There's a little disclosure agreement that you have to sign, and you're given your number. I was number 278, which means I was the 79th person to be measured for the audition. At the end, we were over number 400, so like I said, over 200 people were at this audition. After you fill out the form, you put your number on your person somewhere so it's visible for the casting director to see. You go up to the desk with the casting director, who double checks everything is okay and above board and gives you any help if you're having difficulties, and then you just wait for the audition to begin. One thing to note about going to a Disney audition is everybody is smiling. Everyone. And you're encouraged to mingle, because the casting directors are looking for you to be able to keep up that happy demeanor. You're encouraged to talk to people, be sociable, and as someone with anxiety, it was difficult, not gonna lie, but I did it. I was very proud of myself. I talked to a few people until everybody was finished getting measured and handing their forms in, and that's when the audition began. Now the first thing that happened was the lead casting director gave a brief presentation on working at Disneyland Paris, such as housing, wages, things like that, things I'm not actually allowed to talk about. So yeah, there was a presentation basically about working for the company and what it means to work for Disney. Then we were given a 5-minute break, and after that the audition process began. Now the first round of the audition is animation. So basically, to music, to 8 counts, I believe it was, you walk in a line, and every 8 counts, you portray a character. There was cowboy, there was pirate, there was one of the 7 dwarfs, there was then, what was there next? There was a prince or princess, depending on gender, and then you exit as yourself. And you did this to music So every 8 counts you would change character, like I said. Not gonna lie, it's a lot more difficult than you think it is, especially when there's 200 people in the room. So we went through it for about 10 minutes with the casting director just to get our bearings and to kind of figure out what we wanted to do. Then the group of 200 was split down the middle. The second half went away to give the first half a bit more room. I was in that first half, so then for another few minutes we just practiced a bit. And then our number range, so if I was 278, so the 270s were put to the back and all the way up to the beginning at 200. And then in groups of 10, we would perform our routine. And that was it. You had one shot to do it, which is terrifying. So after you do it, you line up back in your starting positions and wait for a minute while the casting directors discuss. And then if they call out your number, unfortunately, that was the end of your audition. Now, being in the 70s, I was the final group to perform from the first big group, and seeing how many people were turned away was quite startling and terrifying when you think about it. There's people there, they were bubbly, they were energetic. I was sure they would get through the next round, but unfortunately they were turned away. And when it came to it, so was I. And sure, it was disappointing, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I wasn't expecting to get through. This was a victory to me no matter what, because honestly, as someone who suffers with anxiety, I honestly didn't know if I'd be able to go through it. And the fact that I was able to go through with it and actually participate in the audition was great, and it was very rewarding for me. About as rewarding as actually getting through to the next round would have been. The next round would have been dance, and I would have probably gone anyway because I am not a dancer, but c'est la vie. There's always next time. I wrote a kind of a lengthy Instagram post about it. If you want to check that out, links as always in the description below. Of course, that didn't stop me from being disappointed and then drowning my sorrows in the Disney store, in which I bought another new Disney mug. I'm starting to just model these off on my Instagram as well. This is a Disney princess mug. It has Rapunzel, Tinkerbell, Pocahontas for the first time in like forever. I can't remember the last time I saw Pocahontas on anything. Snow White and Jasmine, who I thought was Anna until I saw Baby Raja. Yeah, but yes, it was exactly how you would expect a Disney audition to be. It was high energy, everyone was highly animated and just big movements and just exactly what you would expect from a Disney audition, like I said. It was a great experience. I'm glad I did it. I'm very proud of myself for doing it. And that's really all I've got to say about it. This was definitely a rambly video, but I just want to get my thoughts out there because I wanted to talk about it, because it's something that I am extremely proud of myself for doing. And that brings us to the end of that video on my Disneyland audition experience. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm not quite sure what the next video on this channel is going to be. I have a Disney themed series in my head that I've kind of started to structure out, but I'm not quite sure. It's revolving around the history of Disney characters and their characteristics and things like that. Let me know down in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing that, or let me know what characters you would like to see in that series should I decide to go through with it. But more than likely the next video you see on this channel will be another Disney one, because let's be honest, I could talk about Disney for years. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see a previous video that I've done, you can click down right here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so by clicking the button over there. No obligation to do so whatsoever, but I really do appreciate the support. Let me know down in the comments what kind of videos you would like to see, Disney themed or otherwise. And as always, I will hopefully see you in the next video. See you guys.